We have a small blended family. Cameron, he's 11. He likes to play rugby and soccer and play the drums. There's Eli, who's 5, and he's our quirky, cheeky rat bag. Eli has myopathy, which means a muscle disease that unfortunately is progressive. And Grayson, my husband, he is a drummer and he's definitely our rock.
We're not sure what's around the corner. I look at it like, how can we cram 70 years worth of life into as small as we can get?
Who wants pop toys?
Yeah, I'll pop one.
You can have this one.
Our family is pretty loving and...
Yeah, we're dysfunctionally functional. We love each other to bits. We're a pretty good unit. Wormy's going in your ear now. You're gonna eat your brains.
Get it right.
Cameron, he's my stepson, but I've known him since he was 2. He's just a beautiful soul.
He has a flair for cooking and sports.
Whoa, dude. Eli's more disobedient, likes to push the envelope, push your buttons.
Can I knock it over?
Can we just let Cameron?
No, I don't.
Why don't you hold Cameron's hand?
No, I don't want to.
Cameron holds your hand?
No.
All right, okay.
He's a sweetheart, but he can be very aggressive.
Cheeky, I would say he's cheeky.
Yeah. Eli being just the little fire starter.
Eli has muscular dystrophy, so a dystrophy generally would relate to the muscular disease that gets worse.
He has something called SRPK3 and TTN1 variant. He's one of about 29 in the world that's been diagnosed with this condition. Essentially, they're variations in the genome, which is our instruction manual on how we are going to be designed and grow. And he has certain mutations that make him very weak.
The muscular dystrophy just affects the smaller muscles, but TTN, the Titan gene, can sometimes affect the muscles around the heart.
Yeah, they...
Oh, no, that's so mean.
I think that's why we call it a neuromuscular disease as well. So there's so many words. And before he was born, we'd never heard or cared about any of these words.
Are you gonna do some drumming? Music was very important to us before we met.
We're both in bands at the time, so it was really easy to start a relationship with another musician who was also gigging. And
So I was on the drums in an old band with my brothers, and Jess walked into the bar and we locked eyes and we were like, what's up, yo? And then I was like, oh, come back to my party. There was no party, it was just my house and my flat. And
luring me back. Anyway, that's probably not very PG.
No.
We tried for a long time to get pregnant or keep a child. And during my pregnancy with Eli, I had no idea that he would be born with any sort of muscular dystrophy. I think it was the 20-week scan, and they pointed out that he had what looked like club feet. As soon as Eli was born, the midwife noticed that he was floppy, and so they rushed him down to the Skaboo unit in Whangarei, and we went through lots and lots of different tests. When we had his diagnosis come through and they told us that the condition is progressive, we had some nurses coming in talking to us about funeral brochures, and so we were really preparing for a very short amount of time with Eli. There was a level of grief, and yeah, and then I think we quickly changed tact and went, right, let's make the most of it. Let's hit as many milestones as we can, give him as many life experiences, and try and enjoy it together for as long as possible. do some physiotherapy.
I don't want to do some physiotherapy.
Oh. We looked into all of the ways that we could delay that progression, and the main one is building up as much strength as possible. And then this knee can come right up. Can you pull it right up to your chest?
Yeah.
Well, this particular physio is around his hips because Eli doesn't stand as much as we normally would. His hips are at risk of being misshapen and not strong enough.
Ow, that hurts me.
People who have low muscle tone are at risk of scoliosis. So there's a lot of these sort of exercises just to prevent those things.
We've been going to see physiotherapists his whole life. They've been teaching him techniques on how to build certain muscles.
By the age of 1, he was learning how to sit with support, and I have it on video the day that he decided to shuffle. And all of a sudden he was mobile where no one ever thought he would be. So instead of saying milestones, we used to call them inch stones in this house because things that were a milestone for other families, that was way out of the scope for what we were hoping to happen.
With Eli's inch stones, it sort of kills a part of you that was very pessimistic and grim because we never thought he could do anything.
18, 19, 20, and 20. We're down at the town basin, the brand new playground. That's it. Eli loves to play on all the new activities down here, like the trampoline and the swings and the musical chimes. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's really important when you have a disability to attempt to get out there and do as much in the community as possible. And it can be very easy just to decide to stay at home because everything's there. But we do really try and push him to get out and try new things. Go, ah. Coming up, we have the Muscular Dystrophy Association fundraiser called Roll 1K for MDA. Keep going, keep going. Can we make it to the end? Eli was excited about that because he loves to get out on his bike or on his wheelchair. He loves to be outside.
Wheelchair is not a problem. Given that to drive a wheelchair, you basically use a couple fingers to push a gentle joystick. With the bike, yeah, he will tire out fairly quickly, but with practice, his endurance is getting better.
Quickly! We don't know what the future looks like for Eli, and that's the scariest thing because the condition is progressive. So we're kind of racing against time because we want to build up his strength as much as we can so he can walk or run or just be able to enjoy life for as long as possible because there will come a time when those things will stop being possible. And I think that's why we want to smash out all these things now. We want to make a big deal about everything. We want to do big fundraisers and we want to celebrate him as much as we can while we still can, yeah. Morning, Eli.
Morning, Mama.
Morning, baby. You want to get out? Mornings in this household are chaotic.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, I think that getting Eli ready in the morning is the big challenge. Okay, so I'm gonna have... Breakfast is different every day. It's a real battle to get him to eat in general.
I'm having breakfast and fruit salad.
Right, how's your bag? Have you got your Chromebook?
Sweet. So these are called Orthotics. They're there to brace his ankles. He's got very flexible ligaments all throughout his body. He could have them his whole life. Most people have them throughout their life. He doesn't have the strength to put any of his items on. He might attempt sometimes, but most mornings it's just everything top to toe.
I started a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well done.
Eli's relationship with his dad is beautiful. They're two peas in a pod. They both love music. They both have the same quirky sense of humour. They just get each other. I would love to be the one with him all day, every day. But the difference in our family from other families is that I go to work every day and Grayson hasn't been because he's been at-home caregiver.
And back here you can shout commands at me like a boss.
Because of my career, being able to provide the financial freedom for him to be able to stay with Eli and take him to doctor's appointments and therapies. We tried a couple of times where both of us were working and it's just impossible. No employer would be happy with you leaving that many times a week to go and do these things.
We both have the life that we want with our kids and our family and our home, and trying to raise two boys, one with special needs, it's a pretty hard act to juggle, but she makes it work. And I
make it work.
I'll make it work too, you know. Hello, mate. School for Eli has been exciting. He's hated the routine of bells ringing. He doesn't like the attention that the kids give him because they notice he's different. So Eli's day at school, we'll try to get Eli to join in with the curriculum and the routines.
This is our do. There's my teacher aide too.
Daddy is.
I have two teacher aides. And my other teacher aide is Jane. And she gives me learning to do too. Like brain breaks too.
Brain breaks. Can you draw the lines down here for me first?
Remember to stop. As Eli's teacher aide, my job is to support him in his day-to-day learning. Ready? I'll do the first one with my left hand even. Watch. In his case, it's also about his tolerance for a certain topic will only go as far, and knowing when he has to step away. I think he might have knocked the lead off this. Come on. Now together we're gonna go W, that. Because of his disability, fine motor skills are heavily impacted, so holding a pen, it can be exhausting, but we'll get there.
Look.
Whoa, that's pretty good, mate.
Grayson looking after Eli and going to school with him has allowed me to create a business here that works for our family. So I consider us a real estate team. Every time I sell something, it's we have sold something. It's really awesome when Grayson sends me video clips or updates of what Eli's been doing during the day and how he is. So I think that works really well for my mummy senses. While I'm working, I can just get a little message from him saying, Eli's made a new friend and he's playing in the sandpit.
Kids are very loving at his school, and Eli's had a hard time making friends, but at the same time, kids haven't tried to be friends with him. I think because he's slightly on the autism spectrum, has a hard time with social cues. So I've had to guide him and other kids to mediate them and tell them what's happening.
All right, buddy.
I think it was harder for Grayson to become Eli's teacher aide because when he's faced with Eli struggling to do something at school, it was quite confronting for him.
Like a minute in the sand. To accept Eli's condition has been a really long and constant learning curve. I've struggled a long time and struggle every day with Eli's difficulties. I don't think that'll change. It's not something you can deal with once, it's ongoing. It takes a lot of strength from family, Jess, Cameron, just accepting him for who he is, just like we'd accept anyone for who they choose to be or what struggles are thrown their way.
Cameron is a really protective, loving big brother. It's amazing to me that he hasn't grown this jealousy of the time that we spend with Eli. I always get that mum guilt that we haven't given him the same amount of attention that Eli needs.
The tramp for Eli and Cameron is a really good safe space for them to bounce, and it's important for kids like Eli to do those physical things. It's biological importance to them pushing their body to a limit. He can't do that himself, so it's pretty loving that Cameron can help him in that sense.
Eli would love it if they could be out there on the tramp all day. And sometimes we have to bribe Cameron to stay on the trampoline a little bit longer just so we can get dinner finished. But yeah, they love their tramp time. And then across. Add butter, milk, and salt. Eli is a pasta lover, and to be honest, anything he eats is a bonus. So Eli's milk is a way for him to get all the nutrients that he would normally get from a full, well-rounded diet, and it's a higher calorie milk to help him put on extra weight. And so we don't need to stress so much if Eli's feeling too tired to eat. At the moment, Eli does eat orally, but depending on how tired he is or sick, he gets an unsafe swallow when his muscles are fatigued. He has a Mickey button in his tummy, so at the moment he has 1 meal a day, the milk through the Mickey button.
So show them how it's done, okay? His milk has a bit of melatonin in it, which will help him sleep well. We just sort of chill out.
Eli's always teaching me, making me a better parent. Some nights we'll whisper little things to each other, and the other night he said to me, "I want to be you when I grow up, Dad." And I said, "That's funny, because I want to be you when I grow up."
You got a shushy. Shushy or tushy.
Hey, dude. I brought him here to Manda Park to try and get him to work his legs a bit.
About racing.
No, it's not about racing, eh?
It is.
Oh, it is about racing?
Yeah, because I'm faster than you.
I find the park is a good place to get him excited to actually ride his bike. He can lose interest quickly, but at a public park there's a bit more rewards, like the playground back there and things like that. Compared to a normal child, Eli's strength and stamina is very low. On a bike where he can push his legs slightly, we try to get him and encourage him to do that more in the hopes that building those muscles is going to eventually lead to him walking and running. It's really just building up his endurance, getting him to use his bike for longer periods, all in preparation for the 1K roll. So the more we can do before the roll for 1K MDA fundraiser, the more chance we have of actually completing it and him coming out of it feeling quite victorious and strong about it. Is that a lot?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't want him to think the world is something that it isn't. It's not all gloom, but it's also not all safe. He needs to grow with that backbone naturally, as we all did, experiencing life and what comes with it, joys and the pains.
Eli's doing his 1 kilometre for Muscular Dystrophy Association. We've been raising some funds to sponsor his roll. And so, yeah, today's the event. A couple power wheelchairs there, and then Eli started getting really excited about riding his bike.
That's it. Whoa, rearing to go.
Yeah, so he's going to use his bike, and then if he gets tired, he'll jump back in his wheelchair. On the bike, a kilometre is difficult and he fatigues fairly quickly, which is why we've got the wheelchair, but I think he'll probably just make it a kilometre. Can you catch the camera? Can you catch that camera?
No, I can't.
I'm proud of Eli for just being willing to participate and do it. He doesn't understand the gravity of the funding that he's helping. And he doesn't understand why all these people are around. He just sees them and they're just in his life. And yeah, I'm just proud of him all the way.
No, we're good. He's just a bit tired, so we're going to do the rest in the wheelchair, I think, eh, mate?
No.
Oh. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, go down, go on me, go away.
Overall, we're really happy with how far he got on his bike. It was really cool.
Yay! You did it! A whole kilometre! Yeah, you win!
You bit Betty.
Yes, he got the whole high fives at the end.
Well done, darling.
Nice for all his friends and family, too, to feel a part of it.
I'm so proud of you.
Are you tired?
Can we have a hug? Because you did such a great job.
We've learnt so much since Eli came into our lives. I've learnt that people living with disabilities don't need pity. I think definitely more than anything we've realised that nothing is a shoo-in.
All those things since Eli was born, reconciling reality with what I envisioned was a big one. But he's taught me that life's short and really enjoy those you have around and laugh at the little things and laugh at the big things. Me and Jess just want to keep the positive vibes, keep him experiencing life and solely focused on making sure these kids have the best lives they can.